I had a series of dreams last night or this morning. Well, last night was really dramatic. My sisters had a fight, and it brought so many things to the surface. And I had a recurring dream flirting with love, flirting with God. And in the dream, it did feel good. It does feel good to flirt, yeah. But when it comes to God, I feel like it demands something more. It asks for a commitment. How I interpreted my dream as it applies to me, flirting with God feels like having one foot in and one foot out. Telling God I want to know you, but choosing to misunderstand God. God feels our pain just as well. It's easy to blame, but that's not the way. And I understand I am the center of my own universe, so it's so easy for me to take things very, very personally. It's so easy for me to be self-righteous and start asking God questions. He says he is kind and loving. That's his nature. But more than that, the nature of God is more. God can be wrathful. Maybe, maybe not. I don't really know. But anyway, flirting with God, flirting with the idea of God. I feel like I'm in that place where God is it, like, this place calls for commitment, instead of flirting and playing around. It just feels like God is calling me to something bigger, to know him better. It's calling me to shed this egoic way of knowing him. God is not someone I go to at my own convenience. God is not someone I blame when I do not understand what's going on. That feels like flirting with the idea of God. It feels like choosing to deliberately misunderstand who God is. And it feels painful and even unfair. God feels our pain and feels our suffering. God knows our hearts. And maybe it's time I stop flirting with the idea of God. Like looking at God from a very superficial place, where if things go wrong, God is to blame. Because it's so easy to be like, where were you? Where were you? And where are you? Then all this pain is. It's so easy to do that, but that is not being faithful. That is being faithless. How strange would it be to be faithless but convinced that you're the most faithful? And I suppose God is calling me to understand him in a new way, or rather to understand myself in a new way. To stop looking at God from the lens of my human self, but to see him from a higher place, because he too sees me from a higher place. I suppose choosing commitment to self, to God, calls for us to leave behind aspects of us that have kept us in cages. I feel like I've been telling God that I want to know him. And every opportunity he gives me to know him, I kind of just choose to misunderstand him because that is easy, you know? Well, how loving is he to bring that to my attention? Devotion is no longer about flirting with the idea of. It's trusting, it's going with it, it's flowing with your truth. Devotion is devotion. And I feel the same way. I have been flirting with the idea of my own success, wanting it, but only in the realm of thought, not really taking the actions. But sometimes I don't know what action to take, you know? But something has been brought to my attention today. Things have to be done different. Things have to be done different.